Hello everyone and welcome back to our glorious Megacity Anno 1800 series. And well, the last episode was quite stressful, wasn't it? With lots of fighting and stuff like that, but I think it is a bit calmer now. We do have some movements here on ships, but I don't think they're really coming to us. We do have two more islands secured for us. The western border here would be one of them, the western frontier. And let's go ahead and just use the timber that we have to continue expanding this town. Right, so the western frontier, a fire station might be needed as well. So this is rather a smaller town that is going to develop here now in, well, a rather cool location there, surrounded by three bigger mountains. We have this little village there, and this village is going to play a vital role for what's to come. First of all, for our fur deposits or for fur coat production, and the other one would be also, it has 4 coal deposits and 1 iron, thus making it really well off there for us. The other one, Larsen, is already producing now the pepper and the beef that we basically need, and I'm thinking about also having my pig farms here at some point because they don't really need that much space. Now in Crown Falls itself, a funeral city still, we have the Docklands, actually in a location that I do kind of like, and we just have a look at what we have here. Is the soap right now that we trade for some grain. The grain we consume right away. Perfect. The next trader is coming in 2 minutes. We are still producing enough soap here, so I might push this one to 250 to continue to level up the soap. Now of course with that additional export, well, we do need more piggeries, I think, more piggies, and also more soap production. We do have a surplus of pigs right now. Let's go ahead and have 2 additional rendering works and 1 additional soap factory, and I might also most likely upgrade some of my warehouses here as well in the process. Now looking at our consumption rates, we're really well off at the moment. Everything is in surplus. We're not even using full capacity most things, except perhaps the sausages there, and everything else. Yeah, bread is looking fine, soap is looking extremely fine, beer is fine, and the canned food there as well. Bear in mind that if there's a 0, I have a look at how many of my productions are producing. So out of the 18, we have 14 that are producing right now, and that can only mean one thing, that it's capped. Now, while we continue building this city, for especially here the upgrading, we still have 700 farmers that we could upgrade, and I actually go ahead with that because I think we don't need that many more farmers, since I'm going to move my farmers away then as well at some point. And let's just use the timber that we have for a few more upgrades, especially also here in this corner there, close to the industrial district. Yeah, we do have another plague there, and no, there's a hospital actually. It can reach it. Let's mobilize them as well. There's already the doctor on his way, and still, yeah, we lost a few people there. Nothing out of the ordinary though. Now we have a couple of goals right now that are very important to reach. The first one, of course, is to get the New World Island here that we have, Calm Prefecture. We do have all the shares. We could take it over, all right, and it is a really good island, right? It's huge, so we can have some decent farms here for now. Also, we do have the cotton fertility that we need for our fur coat production. Unfortunately, there is no sugarcane fertility, so we could try and enroll the sugarcane here on with Isabel Sarmento, right? So at some point it has to appear, and then we could get it here as well. Of course, that would be quite full, I think. So I would like to go ahead and just for the future try to get us another island working, and I think this one we had, or this one, but the other islands are really bad, and especially here we have Bente. Look at that. This is really hard, and this is only in the New World which he's got right now. And if I take this over, of course he would rush to that. I think Princess Ching is not that strong in comparison. Taking another island from Princess Ching makes a bit more sense. It's not the best island here, right? It has rivers, but it has some space, and it does have decent fertilities, especially the coffee that we're going to need. So I might go ahead and also continue now purchasing shares of Reverend Shelter. So those 2 are going to be the primary islands for us in the New World that I'm focusing on right now, and we cannot still take it over. I still need to build up more ships, so we have these here, and of course I don't want to risk my main fleet just like that, so we are going ahead with a bit more shipbuilding. I'm also building another Royal Galleon now here in my other shipyard. This one, Lone Star, is already waiting for something, and I might be going now for the western frontier and moving my pig farms over there. Very important really, because we need that space for another district up there and more factories later on. So why not just do it now where we have a bit of time? I can't really do that much else, right? And we have the fur abundance that I'm going to use probably then in this spot here. right? And the pigs we are going to use then in this spot here, where we can just nicely squeeze them in, as we can see. Now there we have a couple of them now working. We have quite a lot of farmers here. We have the timber, so we could really just build them. I don't have any bricks, so I will probably need to get some bricks over there as well. With the Lone Star we can do that. However, for the trade route we should still be having a clipper. There it is. Unfortunately it's being used. The clipper is just much faster than a Royal Galleon, so I would like to use a clipper for this trade route that we're about to start. That is for the pig farms, right? We want to get rid of all of them here. They are also reducing attractiveness of my city in general, so every one of them has -3 attractiveness, the pig farms, and also, well, the space here in general. While we wait for a bit of bricks and the clipper to appear for our trade route, what we can do here is that we have the train network, right, that will then probably push into this area. So this here is probably going away again, and it's just going to merge with that one, going then into this direction up here. That's going to work out nicely. So here we can have a new district, really, right? I think so. We have another marketplace here. There is a big corner then. And other than that, yeah, let's go ahead. Very nice. That's it. A bit small for now because we still have the pig farms up there. And yes, this will also then be a kind of like a nice little industrial district. So what I would probably like, let's actually do this one here right now. Let's get rid of this road there. And instead we just have this major road here now, right? That continues then into this direction. Like so. And here we can also get rid of that road there. Clean this one up a bit, and as we can see, this one is just merging now nicely with that area. And if I copy this one like so, right, we should be able, there it is, to continue normally this path here then later on with more trains if we need those trains here, right? And boom, there we have lots of space again. In addition, we need to still connect them, otherwise they're not working. I would then probably, like to have a couple more of these blocks here available, right? But behind those blocks, so I'm just going to build them now to reserve the space, really, right? Behind those blocks, so right or here somewhere, we're going to have another industrial district, one with low pollution and one that we can separate with our industrial walls. We can have the blueprint here then for the industrial wall. All of this and all of this is going to be then a nice big industrial district. For that, however, let's get rid of these houses there. Why? Because I will need a train going up here for this zone then here to boost them with electricity, of course. Another illness, oh no, it's gone. Perfect. So we can rebuild the houses that were damaged. And another thing, I would probably like to have also a train here somewhere, right? So let's get rid of these houses there, right? And then we can have a train here, right? That's going to have a bit of a buffer. It's just a one-way track because we might need to boost this area there too. So the train is following this major line there, right? And then it's separating into this branch, and then it's separating into this branch here for the electricity that we need later on, the oil. And then the major path continues up here into the mountain area where we still will have lots of stuff for it. Now, very nice. Let's build the warehouse, the pub. By the way, we still need a school, and how very nice. We have a nice spot here for this whole district to use a school with. I think we can squeeze it in nicely with a good range. Another school would be over there, right? So that should be fine. Of course, it's a bit damaged here, the reach of these schools because of this major road there. So I might need to add something then as well. And here we could just have a nice park, a little park or something beside the school where people can play and also enjoy the day. And some grass here. That should be fine. I think I like this one. Perfect. And then the school. There we have it. Very good. We have 480 timber, by the way, so let's just build those houses there now. And those here we should be able to finish as well. And yeah, let's actually go ahead and build those houses there too. This is going to look really nice, I think, once we start with, better ornaments and more houses then. So this whole one is now coming up. We should still be fine with the consumption rates. We're perfectly fine. Oh, but the work cloth. That's not looking so fine. Let's upgrade these warehouses there too. Yeah, work cloth is going really down. Those warehouses are completely overloaded, by the way. So let's just upgrade a few of them. And then we do need more framework knitters because we have enough wool. So let's just go ahead and build some 4 more of them. quite the busy road here, right? We probably should also make it paved road so those cars can travel faster and thus we boost the productivity of this whole district there. Some of them have quite the speed around the corners there. And I hope they're not losing any cargo along the way. Perfect. Are we already boosting them? I think we are. Let's boost them to 50% and this is not affecting happiness at all. Very good. Also another newspaper edition. Oh, wait a second. Let's go with that.
Ship under attack.
Alright, there was an attack, but it's just a ship passing by. The next clipper is ready. Perfect with that. We should have now everything. So let's go ahead, take us a bit more timber. And, oh yeah, bricks. That's really problematic. The bricks problem is there. It's absolutely there. 4 clay deposits is absolutely not enough for a brick production, a proper one. This island, after all, would be quite good for us, I think. There's no other one like it. There's some small islands out here on the eastern side of my map, but they don't have the brick deposits. This is Hugo Mercier, so that's out of the question. This one here would be easily takeable, but there is no clay deposits at all. Nor is it here. Holy cow, what's going on? Where's all the clay? I do need this island. I'm sorry, Princess Jing, but I will have to take it.
Attention for the Admiral.
Another conquest. Then there's the problem again about the whole defending stuff, right? I might actually go another route though. We can import clay. We cannot import bricks for now, but we can import clay. So I could do that, right? Let's get... Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of the fishermen here. We don't need them. I can just push them somewhere else. We already have this branch of fishermen here, and I could just do the same thing then here once more. Probably have something like this. It's a bit tricky here with all the mountains. But we could have them like this, or I can definitely squeeze in another one here. Perfect. That's 4. 5. Right, so 5 additional fishermen that can work for us. And I've deleted 3. I could also delete those 2 here now to really make room here. Perfect. And then we get rid of these depots. Not completely though, I'm just moving them really into this area there. And then what we can do is we can finally add some more things here. The export office it would be. We can really just add it next to it. Let's add it 2 times. Right. And then we can have some additional trade or trade contracts now. And I would use one of them for the clay that we need to import. Now what should we export for that though? The sewing machines, I think. We don't need a whole lot of that. Sewing machines are really easy to produce and have a high value. So I might use bread since we already get the... Looking at my production, bread would be the more obvious choice since this is already a capacity. But bread is not so easy to produce again with all the factories that we need. Where it's actually, let's go with bread. Let's go with bread. It's easier to make. It doesn't have the big value there, right? But it's still very good for importing clay and stuff like that. And also later on, once we have upgraded it, it would be very good for example, getting some pig heads or getting some grain or getting some potatoes once we don't need that anymore. So the second one is working, and we could still use the sewing machines here, these guys there, for something else, right? We don't have that many things available right now. Iron ore will be very important later on. So for now, I would probably... Oh, we could get fur coats with that. Now this would be interesting, right? We could get fur coats, we could level up sewing machines and thus supply our fur coat production with that. We do need around 4 per minute right now. So that would be 40 in 20 minutes. 80 in 20 minutes. This one comes every 20 minutes, right? So we could actually supply our city with that. With 80, what we already would need. That would lead us to 138 sewing machines. However, I don't want to be depending on that, so we are not doing that. Let's just keep it like that for now. With the additional clay coming in though, I can have a couple more of these brick factories. Where should we add them? I think up there we have a nice remote location. Here it is. Perfect. This would be my next brick production center, if we can call it like that. We do need to get rid of that road there, however. And then I'm just going to add more of them. And let's also upgrade this warehouse there, otherwise it's not going to work out so nicely here with all the ramps. That should be fine. Boosting them with a bit of productivity is possible.
Your harbor is under attack.
Right, what's going on? It's just one ship once again that was attacking. Now, I can take a bit of bricks here with me. We're going to do that for upgrading at least one warehouse then, where we have all the pig farms. And let's get them down here. Get this ship down there. Also, how many pig farms do we have right now in Crown Falls? It's very easy to actually watch this, and we have 30. So I do need at least 30 then as well in the Western Frontier. And you know what? This whole thing is bollocks. It's absolutely bollocks. Let's get rid of all of my pig farms again. Goodbye to you. Good riddance, I should say. Why? One simple reason: we can import it with the Docklands, and we should be doing that with the sewing machines. We have an extremely different value exchange ratio, right? For one sewing machine we get 11 pig heads. That means we could get up to 1,500 with just 100 sewing machines. 1,100 there. That's amazing. That's a really good ratio that we have. Now we are producing 30 pig heads per minute right now. That leads to 600 pig heads that we need over 20 minutes, right? So having 1,000 is already exploding that, right? So this is already way more than we need. And let's just keep this ratio here. And that basically means actually we don't need the pig farms here anymore. I'm still going to wait for one Tobias trader coming in because I don't think we have that many in storage there. We don't. So I definitely do need to wait for him to trade at least once. And then we have that. And this is what the trade or the Docklands is really good for, especially if you build big cities, just getting the raw materials in, right? And it's not cheating in any way, because for these lower value goods, we do need to produce higher value goods that are actually also taking a lot of, well, workforce and money off of you. And I would rather just use it like that. Plus also, I think it's really, really cool to just use the maths behind it, right? Docklands to make them fully work. And this is just that. Perfect. And with that also, we do save, well, space and dirtiness. So all the attractiveness that we can get back home. Now, that was a lot, really, I'm sorry, a lot of talking. But it's just the mechanics behind the Docklands that we need to really focus here as well at some point. Let's build a few more farmers there. So we can now finally upgrade those people there. We have the timber, really. And those guys there. And perhaps we still have 1,200 farmers, so I can really go crazy still. Especially since we are going to get rid of all the pig farms now. There I think we still have something. Let's upgrade those guys. And then let's upgrade those guys here. So that we also have some workers on these riverland islands there. 9,000 workers right now. Holy cow. That's a lot of additional artisans coming in then soon. This block I wanted to finish perfect. This definitely did though hurt me quite a bit here now with my consumption rates. The sausage there, for example. But since we are getting a lot of pig heads in now, I should be really fine. Now there's still a reason to use the materials though in the Royal Galleon for our island in the New World. So let's just completely deplete everything that we have here in Crown Falls, right? So the bricks there especially as well, the steel beams, some timber and weapons especially. And let's take this one, and let's take this one down here where my main fleet is already waiting. That's a lot of ships. And I think it is time to move them now to the New World. Not all of them though, right? So we definitely do need still to have some defense here. I'm not going to build up any more defense in the old world or here, because it would basically just deplete all my influence, right? I think we are well prepared right now. I'm going to leave, let's say, 4 heavy warships here still with us. Those heavy warships in combination with the harbor defenses should provide some proper defense there. The rest is going to the New World. The rest of them is massively going to the New World. Let's merge them together. They are going to gather here. Then they're going to use this channel here beside Hugo Mercier, because I think we are going to stay on quite friendly terms, hopefully, with him. And then we move towards the New World. And baby, it is on! Those ships are now on the way. I think this is a proper force to work with. To finally get us this island here. Calm Prefecture, right? They're going to take their time to get here. And of course, the retaliation on Princess Jing's part will be quite hard, I think, but we should be prepared. And I just want it. It's beautiful, it's big, it's going to be the second megacity that we are going to build in this game. That's the New World Town. with all of that. And of course, let's not forget about this island here as well, where we can start purchasing the shares. And I still really do need it, because we need the fur coats in order to advance for engineers, which is the last good that we need here. So far so good. Stay tuned.